Upgrading your golf round, mastering REN golf game modes. Welcome everyone to today's explainer. We're going to take your standard weekend golf round and completely transform it into a seamless, high-stakes competitive experience. You know, if you play golf, the friendly wagers and those little side games out on the course are honestly half the fun of being out there. But keeping track of all the scores, the bets, and those constantly shifting rules, yeah, not so much. So today we're going to master the REN Golf app's built-in game modes. The goal here is simple. Automate all that tedious math so you can just focus on your swing and maximize the fun.
So, ask yourself this. Are you ready to add some real competitive stakes to your next golf round without the absolute headache of manual scorecard math? We've all been there, right? Standing just off the 18th green, exhausted, arguing over who got what strokes, pulling out your phone's calculator to figure out who owes who after some highly complicated team match. It totally drains the energy of a great day out. Well, you can finally say goodbye to that stress because we're about to explore a much more effortless, automated way to keep the excitement high and those calculations perfectly accurate.
Okay, let's dive right into this. When you open the app, you'll see your standard digital scorecard. For our explainer today, let's imagine a hypothetical weekend match with our four players, Wu, Xiaocheng, Jianda, and Xiao Zheng. Now, to get the competitive games going, just look up at the top right corner. See that little golden trophy icon? Tapping that trophy is your gateway. It instantly transports you away from that basic scorecard and right into the app's dedicated game center.
Once you tap the trophy, you're greeted by this bright orange game dashboard. Think of this as your command center for all your friendly wagers and competitions for the day. Setting up the match genuinely couldn't be simpler. All you have to do is locate that bright, bold plus button right down in the bottom right corner. Hitting that plus button tells the app, hey, I'm ready to create a brand new game layer right over this current round of golf.
Now, what's really interesting here is that you essentially have two main competitive avenues. While the app does give you a few different options, we're going to focus on the two heavy hitters, Las Vegas and Cutthroat. Las Vegas is your classic team-based 2 versus 2 format. It's all about collaborative strategy with a partner. On the complete opposite end of the spectrum, you have Cutthroat. And as the name implies, it's pure, high-pressure, individual survival where it's absolutely every player for themselves.
Let's unpack Las Vegas mode first, because this is an absolute favorite for foursomes. This format requires exactly 4 players, so you're making 2 teams of 2. Now, if you've ever tried playing Las Vegas on a physical scorecard, you know the math can get incredibly wild. You're dealing with stroke combination, like, say, pairing a partner's 4 and a 5 to make a combined score of 45. Then there's stroke addition, and even multiplication depending on how a team actually performs on a given hole. Oh, and the app's version also includes the famous birdie flip rule, which can drastically swing the points in a heartbeat. Trying to track this manually, it'll completely ruin your focus. But with the app, every single one of these complex math mechanics is handled automatically for the teams, hole by hole. It's like having a tiny accountant in your pocket.
But hey, if you prefer a little more self-reliance and less relying on a partner who keeps hooking it into the woods, let's look at Cutthroat mode. This format supports groups of either 3 or 4 players. Instead of teaming up, this is a pure individual survival format driven by round-robin match play. You are constantly battling everyone else in your group to protect your points. It brings this incredibly tense, completely different dynamic to the fairway, because you know every single stroke against every single player matters. And again, the best part? The app tracks every shifting point total for you in the background. No sweating the math.
And this brilliantly illustrates just how fast you can get things rolling. Once you select your mode, let's say we go with the Las Vegas team format. A pop-up menu appears where you draft your teams. The interface is just incredibly intuitive. We can easily pair Wu and Xiaozheng together on Team A, to face off against Xiaocheng and Jianda on Team B, simply by checking the boxes right next to their names. I mean, it takes literally seconds to lock in your pairings and get the whole match organized.
The final setup step is just as straightforward. Set your unit amounts and hit confirm. Essentially, you're just deciding what each point is worth financially or competitively for the day, along with any specific bonus rules you want to toggle on. Once you have those parameters set, you just hit confirm and boom, your job as the group's accountant is completely over. The system takes the wheel and starts calculating the points and wagers hole by hole entirely in real time as you enter your standard golf scores.
Now, I really want you to pay close attention to this because here is the ultimate insider pro tip directly from our source material. A single round of golf can have multiple different game formats running simultaneously. Just think about what that means for a second. You could literally run a collaborative Las Vegas team game and a Cutthroat individual game at the exact same time during the same 18 holes. You don't have to choose just one. And the absolute best part of the whole shebang, All the settlements for every single game are automatically summarized and aggregated right back in that Game Center dashboard. It's multi-layered competition with zero extra math.
So the crucial point here is how flawlessly this integrates into your normal golfing routine. Let's rapidly recap the 5 steps. First, enter your scorecard as you normally would. Second, tap that golden trophy icon. Third, hit the plus button on the dashboard. Fourth, set your rules, pick your players, and establish your wager units. And fifth, just play your game and let the real-time auto-calculation do its thing. That is literally all it takes to upgrade a quiet round into an automated high-stakes competition.
Which brings us to our final thought for this explainer. Which game mode will you challenge your friends to this weekend? Will you rely on a partner to carry you in Las Vegas? Or are you going to take them all on by yourself in Cutthroat? Think about your next tee time. By letting the app do the heavy lifting with the calculations, you can finally unleash these amazing competitive formats on your friends without the dreaded scorecard math. So get out there, set up a game, and let the best golfer win. Thanks for joining me for this explainer, and I really hope this transforms the way you approach your next round on the links.